Hello, Internet, your friendly neighborhood gremlin here. And today we're going to build Astrid a garage band practice space. Essentially, the reality of the situation is, while I was recording this, I didn't feel very well, and so you're getting a one-floor interior only kind of build today, but at least it'll be short. Maybe that's a good thing. Though I do have to say, I'm actually very proud about how this came out. Given all the sort of restrictions we have within our Animal Crossing universe, I feel like I've done a very good job. Let me know what you think about it down below. Were any of you in a teenage band, or a young adult band, or a band of any description? Probably not like school marching band, though. Feel free to also tell me about that, but I mean kind of like a indie punk rock kind of deal. I mean, you could have also sung pop music. I don't really care. If you were, did you have a fun, cool, dedicated rehearsal space? Or was it just like when and where you could in someone's basement? I did try to use that sort of leather sofa because I thought the sort of plushness of it reminded me of kind of like the kind of thing you would find in a space like this, at least in movies and TV. But I didn't like the colors, and now for some reason I thought gray was a good idea. I don't know why I thought gray in a gray room, but we changed it to green, so I suppose we save ourselves that trouble. And now I get to do the fun playing with rugs game. I'm going to take some time considering the Starry Skies rug, because it's one of my favorite rugs in the game, but then we're going to find the skull rug, and that is infinitely better, at least in this space particularly. We are recording in stereo for the first time ever, so let me know if you prefer the way this sounds or the way yesterday's video sounded. If you want to leave me a comment, that'd be really helpful, so I know which is better. I think I like this better, but I haven't listened to the whole thing all the way through. Obviously, I haven't recorded the whole thing yet, so maybe this is somehow worse. Let me know. Now we're pulling out some sort of staple garage furniture, like the folding chair and the cardboard bed, which we're going to use as a table, and then inconveniently can't put anything on. But I don't think you can put things on the medium cardboard boxes either. So we considered the square one, but it's way too big for the space. The square one was a table, so I could have put things on it. And now we're going to fiddle with this for a little bit before we accept our fate and make the garage slightly wider. Maybe it's a 2-car garage. Anything's possible. Especially given that there isn't a driveway outside and no cars. Animal Crossing does have cars, but they're just kind of big and bulky and they sit there. No one's driving them. So I guess it doesn't matter. And now we're going to be able to put the rug where I want it because we have more space, which is exciting. And we're going to get to use that little TV tray thing that I love so much. And it kind of works here, I guess. I don't know. You'll have to let me know what you think about it. Did I succeed, or have we accepted defeat? What kind of music do you think Astrid and her band plays? And which animals do you think are in Astrid's band? I'd love to know. Personally, I have 0 ideas, but I also feel like the animals in this game don't have a lot of personality, except for the stated personalities that they have. I feel like some people get so lucky at being able to, imagine inner lives for them. Maybe that's just a thing they're good at, and I'm antisocial and I don't know how to do it. Which is totally possible. I suppose I've made some tiny inner headcanons, like on my island, Rodeo and Fauna are definitely dating, and Boone is an archaeologist, or maybe historian, who lives in a ghost town, and he's researching to find all the spooky, juicy stories he can find. And of course, Olaf has skeletons in his closet. Actual, genuine skeletons. So maybe don't go over to his house. Or do. Maybe you can write a whole, Animal Crossing slasher. That'd be fun. What do we think made Olaf crazy? Let me know down below. So now we're just adding in the sort of garagey things that one would have in a garage, because it's still a garage. We also give them a chalkboard so they can write their own songs. Do you guys have garages? Do you use them to keep cars in, or do you use them for other miscellaneous projects? I've never really had a garage that had a car in it ever. It's always just been a place where things go, like the extra fridge. Do other people have 2 fridges? Is this a common thing? Or is it really just a my family thing? Because we have both 2 fridges in our house and in the cottage. I've genuinely just always grown up with 2 fridges, which is maybe weird. Let me know. We're going to give them a dartboard Maybe that's how they solve all of their disputes, by who wins at darts. I tried to put the manhole cover in there, but it just wasn't gonna work the way I wanted it to. So now we're going to acquire all of the clutter, because I love clutter, which is a thing you would know if you watched more of these videos than just one. Or I'm telling you now, so now you know. It's going to take me a while to pull all the things I want out. So what should we talk about? I would say music because it's topical, but I don't know anything about music. I don't even really listen to music, so not really my forte. Tomorrow's video is going to be Little Red Riding Hood themed because apparently someone on the internet enjoys my Goldilocks video, given that it has like a whole 2 likes, which is better than the average, which is none, but a couple of them have 1 like. The YouTube statistics are very confusing and stressful when you don't get a lot of views, because everything's done by averages. So if one person doesn't watch the video, like they just click on and click off, and then the other person watches the video all the way through, it's like impossible to tell what's going on. I kind of wish they just have like individual view marks, especially when like only 3 people have watched your video instead of trying to do an average. I'm sure this is less of a big deal when you have more people watching your videos and averages become more relevant, but when you're like, oh my god, 1 person watched it, how much of it did they watch? It's just not very helpful. I'm trying my best to be likable, but also still be me. I do think maybe glow-in-the-dark stickers might have been a fun thing to put on the walls in here, but I did not think of that at the time. Essentially, the garage sort of breaks down into 4 sections, which I suppose is typical of all of my builds. They roughly break down into like 4 sections, because apparently that's all I can do. Got like sort of the parents' workshop corner over there. I didn't give them a workbench, but that's okay. And in the back we have sort of like the seating corner where they sort of hang out and chill out. Then in the back right, you have the dartboard with a bunch of other storage and some brooms and stuff. And then obviously the music playing section. This is the first time I've managed to put cobwebs in a build, so I was really kind of proud of that. Here we're just pulling out people's posters that I think kind of go with the theme. I guess maybe we could say all of these people are the people in Astrid's band. Maybe that would make sense, because I'm actually just going by like colors and vibes. What do you think? Fuchsia, Rizzo, Eugene, Astrid? Do they make a good band? I did make Fuchsia the most awesome neon diner. Maybe I should take y'all around and tour some of the builds that I completed before we started this channel. Is that something you think you want to see? Or I could just recreate the build the same way that it is now. Maybe it'd be more fun to watch someone actually build it rather than just wander around it. Though I suppose if it was a tour we could do more than one in a video, right? And now we pull all the KK records that I felt matched our vibe. I really wish we could change the frame colors on these, because that brown color is not always what you're looking for. Pretty sure the entirety of our ceiling decor is just those like stringing lights. I considered the disco ball. I wasn't sure I could do it. Let me know if that was a mistake. Would you have put a disco ball in here? Or was that gonna be just like a little bit too much? I also tried to use those rings garland, but it sits way too far from the wall. Oh right, we put in some studio lights in front of their recording area, which I think is a nice touch. We're also going to try the bunting, but it doesn't come in any colors that I like. I just thought bunting across the top was again one of those kind of things you like see in the movies or whatever. Though it wouldn't have sat across the back wall anyway, because there's way too many things up high. So maybe it's better we didn't have bunting. But here we are at the review. A garage-based rehearsal space, inspired almost entirely by Freaky Friday. I don't remember if Lane's band from Gilmore Girls had a fun garage, or they were just in front of an actual garage. Anyway, do please leave me a comment down below. Let me know that you're a real person and that you exist. Maybe tell me about your band experience or lack of band experience, your favorite bands, how much you do or do not enjoy Gilmore Girls, or even Lindsay Lohan. And most importantly, how you feel about the sound, and if you want to see the photo taking stuff, or you don't. Don't tell me if you don't enjoy my outfit shots though, because they're gonna stay. Sorry. But I suppose this is the end of the video, so like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh, you can watch me run upstairs to try and wave and realize there's nothing I can sit on. Goodbye!